All right, what is going on with Bitcoin? This is ridiculous. I have had to zoom into a degenerate 5 minute time frame here. Usually the lowest I'll ever go is the 1 hour, but right now we're in exceptional times. Let's just rewind a little bit, and place ourselves kind of psychologically, so we can understand what is going on and where we are. If we zoom out onto the 4 hour time frame, we topped out at $31,000. We bottomed at 27, and that's kind of when the craziness started. And it all kind of, from where we are now to where the craziness kind of started, it's only been a day and a half. So not that much time. We went from 27 up here to 30. Let's just mark the key levels up to 30. We got rejected there. We found support off 27, and then we got rejected at 29.5. And the result of all of that is we're coiling up. Take a look at this. We're kind of, forming something that could turn into, I don't think I got the right low, but something that could turn into a kind of triangle of sorts. Something that can kind of give us something to analyze. And I guess my main problem with this, even though there could be some, logic to this madness, so to speak, I don't know what the correct phrase is that this can only happen. I can't even show it to you on the chart. That's how crazy this price action is. Like, this can only happen if there's not much liquidity in the market. If there's just not that much trading activity by humans, because this chart is the language of bots. All that's happening here, and I was saying this to you on my live stream as well, and I said it to you on my video earlier today. You'll see that I've been analyzing this kind of as it's been happening, and what I've been saying hasn't changed. We're just going up to screw the people that were short, and then we're going down to screw the people that were long, and then we're going up to screw the people that were short. And all that's happening is liquidity is being taken out of the market, from bad traders, from impatient traders that overtrade. I've been saying this the whole time, that we have amazing trading opportunities in this market right now. There are so many ways to make money brewing in this market right now, but we need to time it right. You can't, even though there's a lot of money waiting to be grabbed in the market, you don't just go and grab the first pile of cash you see. In a market this fruitful, in a market with this much volatility, you're going to get your chance. You're going to get your chance at a nice, healthy, ripe pick. You don't have to rush into things. There is always a trading opportunity. You guys have seen me kind of, enter a short position here, make a little bit of money. It was no big deal, stopped at break even, all the while holding on to my long position. I'm doing that because I have a winner. I want to let it keep on running. But with the losses that you get, you can't even cut them short in this market. I was lucky that I got stopped at break even. With how volatile the market is being, going short was a bad idea. I'm glad that I made the mistake here instead of making the mistake here. Because it just would have been crazy. And, so this is not the time to be trading right now. Even though the opportunities are here, we've got to wait for the good picks. You're not just out here trying to grab the first thing you see. That's the kind of trading action that's going to get you in trouble. And I can't stress that enough. That is a really, really big deal. But, what we are doing here, potentially coiling up, could give us some play in the market. What I don't want to do, though, is lose focus of what's actually going on. And so what I decided to do for this video is I'm actually going to redraw everything on this chart with you blind. We're going to take a full perspective shift on this, if necessary, just to kind of anchor ourselves and understand what we need to pay attention to and what we need to ignore. And the first thing that I like to do is I just want to define some key levels. I'm not trying to do anything crazy. My entire analysis style, as you know very well by now if you've been subscribed to the YouTube channel, my entire analysis style revolves around keeping it really simple. I just draw resistance and I draw support and I look at how the price bounces off those levels, and I expect prices to respond to those levels the way they should according to a textbook, and generally that serves me very well. So it's quite easy. I'm going to set a high right there because that's where we've got all of our wicks coming to. We do have an exception up here, but I'm not too worried about that. And I'm also going to define my support as being this low right here. So I've got $27,000 and I've got $30,600. That is really useful to work from. That gives me a lot that I can play with just right now to understand that, if we drop below this, we probably have to drop a lot more, and if we get above this, we probably have to get a lot higher, and that's simply going to be because that's just where the market is taking its momentum, and where the market takes its momentum, if it breaks levels, it probably carries that momentum very far with it, and starts setting new highs, or in this case breaking our lows. So that's what I would be looking out for. And then I'm gonna put another line right here, because there's a lot of price interactions, right? And again, these are the same lines more or less that I've had drawn for a very long time, and here's the thing, is in my live stream earlier today, I told you that if we can get above this line, I had it drawn on this chart, so you'll be more familiar with it being a red line. But if we can get above this line, I said to you guys that, we might have something bullish in play. And that kind of still feels true to me, but the way that we are so easily dismissing our resistance levels, doesn't really give me a lot of confidence with trusting the market. So usually, for example, if we break a resistance level, I would trust the market to some extent. So for example, when this breakout happened, yeah, I believed it. Even though we got a few fake outs, we expect a few fake outs before the big, breakout happens. So that's okay. And so I didn't struggle to, I wasn't saying this is a fake out. Obviously I was wrong, but I wasn't, it looked real to me at the time. The thing about these kind of, price interactions with these levels is that you can't trust that levels are responded to right now. So if we get a breakout upwards, well, who's to say that isn't a liquidity grab? I cannot draw a proper circle. Who's to say that is not a liquidity grab? Like that, you would like to think this is organic price action and this is human traders buying because they're bullish and because banks are collapsing or whatever the case may be. But with the way the market is behaving right now, you can't really trust anything that's going on. I would love to give you analysis about, well, it looks like there's a higher probability of this direction or that, but this is really making it very, very difficult. And people who are forgetting that are going to be on a very, very fast track to losing their money in a market like this. And you do not want to lose your money in a market like this. That is something that I can't stress enough. We've waited so long for a good market. We've waited so long for a market that has volume, which isn't sharks. When you're in a real bear market, the volume that is there is going to be with the very experienced traders, and that's not what we're in right now. We are in something which is more fresh. We're in something which is easier to trade. That's just the honest truth of it. It's just easier to trade these markets. So if you're fucking up now, you are shooting yourself in the foot with every step forward you take. You do not need to be doing that to yourself right now. This is not the time, right? This is the time where all of the skills that you've learned over the last months, over the last years of being a trader should be allowing you to make money in the market right now. And if that's not you right now, that's okay, because we're not done, right? Whatever is going to happen, it's very, very clear that we are staying volatile. Whether we go up or down, we are staying volatile for at least a little bit. We had 3 weeks of doing absolutely nothing, which came after what was this, like 60 days, 2 months, and that itself came after 70 days of sideways. We have had low volatility ranges, and you know what, we might have another one. Very, very true. But right now, the way I'm seeing things, the way that we've, usually when you leave an area of low volatility, you have a lot of volatility for a while. We're not done with this. The market is at key reversal points, and that's where you expect big things to happen. So don't get caught up. This is the time where you really need to keep your capital safe, because the market might throw you 100 opportunities in the next week. And if you've messed up and you've stumbled and lost your money by opportunity number 15, it might be that number 87 is the best one you'll get, and you won't have any money to trade it in ranges like this if you're throwing your capital around, not showing any regard for it. And I can promise you that the competition, the patient people that will be taking money out of your pocket, they will respect their money a lot more, and they will wait for the right time to deploy it. And right now, when we've got this kind of trading action, it's clearly not the right time to deploy it, and that's why you guys haven't been hearing of me taking any trades either, other than honestly, even though I made some money on it, my mistake over here. It just shouldn't have happened. That was a bad position to take in hindsight, even though, to be honest, it looked pretty damn healthy. It looked very much like the market was going to collapse significantly lower, but I'm glad I got stopped out at break even. That's what I can say. Ultimately at a time like this, with this much volatility, you kind of just fall to your weakest level. And if your weakest level is very solid risk management, you're in a good spot. You can really relax, and that's where trading actually becomes a lot more rewarding and a lot less frustrating. So those are my takes there. As for where I actually think we could go price-wise, it's so hard to say. I have to wait to see this level broken or this level broken. We are still in a bull trend, and this all, to be honest, if we start kind of ranging between these levels, is more consolidation, which would definitely make me extremely bullish. If we do that, we would have to be sideways for about another month. I don't think that's going to happen, though. I think we're going to choose a direction fairly soon. Look, I want to see that we go up. Obviously, I'm still in my long position. I don't like losing money. Obviously, I've secured a lot of money. I've doubled my money on this trade, but I want to, I'm here to, I want to make more profits. So I want to see the market go up. Whether it does that, I don't know. We have very good arguments for both sides right now, and that's why the market is doing this as well. So I'm gonna continue to watch traditional finance. I showed you guys in my earlier live stream that I'm definitely seeing an area of support for the S&P 500 right here. So, this is a good time to bounce just based off the kind of reversals, consolidation that we had around this level. And at the same time, I don't see any reason for gold to be in a bad position. Gold still looks like it's doing pretty okay. And the dollar at the same time, continues to look like it's in a pretty weak position. I mean, granted, it is still technically at support. So, yeah, technically, I should still be expecting it to bounce, but even if it does, I can't expect the bounce to be big, and that's something that I've told you guys about before. So, I feel like traditional finance is still on Bitcoin's side, and that's a really good thing to have on Bitcoin's side. That is very, very valuable, but the technicals for Bitcoin itself look disappointing, and that's being nice, to be honest. It all did look really, really good until this started to happen. This really is a representation of a dangerous market. So that's my piece. I'll continue to watch this, and I'll be right here when the market moves. So make sure you're subscribed, make sure you've got the bell icon checked, and head on over to the top link in the description. Check out the 𝗪𝗪𝗡 daily channel. This is where I'm putting out my altcoin analysis for you guys, also with a lot of actionable information that I'm actually using to execute trades in the altcoin market. Like I said, I still haven't pulled the trigger on anything, and I'm very glad that I haven't, because I would have lost money if I did. In fact, everyone that would have wanted to trade in the last few days would have lost money. So if you've held yourself and you've kind of made sure that you didn't pull that trigger even when it felt tempting, then that is something to be proud of. But of course, you don't get rewarded for not fucking up. You only get rewarded for taking the right risks. So the game carries on, and the march continues. I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers.